Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and I've been thinking about Infinite Warfare a lot lately. I think most Call of Duty fans have. We didn't really get to see anything regarding the multiplayer of Infinite Warfare at E3. We got to see some gameplay, which was nice, but we haven't seen a lot of multiplayer stuff, and of course the official multiplayer reveal is set to come out at COD XP this year in September, so we're basically left to speculation until then. I've been thinking a lot about the game modes in Call of Duty, and how Infinity Ward, love them or hate them, is pretty great at making new game modes and playlists with each of their games. Modern Warfare 3 as well as Call of Duty Ghosts have had a lot of new game modes in there, and Call of Duty as a whole has had dozens upon dozens upon dozens of game modes over the years, but a lot of them have actually been removed, or at least haven't been featured in the past couple of games. Some of these game modes would be, for example, Sabotage. That's been gone for ages. Headquarters, Team Tactical, War, although it was brought back kind of in Advanced Warfare, but wasn't as good as the original War that we saw back in World at War. We had third-person Team Tactical, the Bare Bones playlist, all of the party games with the exception of maybe Gun Game, which we see mostly every single year, but most of the old school party game modes. What happened to those? We have Team Defender, the face-off playlist that we had in Modern Warfare 3, multi-team from Black Ops 2, whatever happened to that thing? We had Arms Race, One Flag Capture the Flag, Blitz, Cranked, Reinforced, Hunted, Drop Zone, Search and Rescue, the list goes on and on and on and on. There's been just so many game modes in the Call of Duty franchise, but a lot of them don't really seem to stick, right? Only a few game modes that are relatively new have seemed to have stuck around. Hardpoint, for example, was introduced in Black Ops 2 and basically took the place of Headquarters. Even as an old school Call of Duty guy who used to play a lot of Headquarters, I can see why people like Hardpoint more, myself included. I think it's just a better version of Headquarters. Kill Confirm, for example, is a relatively new game mode. It wasn't like a super old school game mode that became super popular. In my opinion, it's a much better version of Team Deathmatch. I like it. Uplink is a game mode that is super popular in the competitive scene, but it doesn't seem to be that popular in the actual public playlist, but it's relatively popular. And then, of course, Safeguard is the newest game mode of them all, which we just received this year with Black Ops 3, which has been met with, I'm going to say, mixed reviews. I mean, personally, I hate Safeguard. When it first came out, it was really fun, especially during the Black Ops 3 beta where you could get lots of kill streaks. Then they nerfed that and just made it so it's nigh impossible to get kill streaks while playing in Safeguard. And just, I wish they'd take it out of Ground War and put Kill Confirm back in, but that's just my opinion. The point is, they've added a lot of game modes to Call of Duty over the years, but a lot of them don't really seem to catch on. And my big question is, will Infinity Ward be innovating new game modes with Infinite Warfare, right? In Call of Duty Ghosts, they made so many cool game modes. They also made Search and Rescue, which was kind of controversial at the time. You guys remember Search and Rescue? Back in Call of Duty Ghosts, they created Search and Rescue, and as a way to actually make fans try out Search and Rescue, because they knew fans aren't typically open to new ideas, especially in the Call of Duty series. It's insane, right? All these years, everyone's complaining that Call of Duty needs to be different, they need to innovate, then when they finally do, they complain more than ever. But Call of Duty fans never really seem to try out the new game modes. They always try to stick with the tried and true Team Deathmatch, Domination, Search and Destroy. And so Infinity Ward, they knew that when they made Search and Rescue, if they want fans to play it, they kind of had to force fans to play it. So they shipped Call of Duty Ghosts without Search and Destroy. It was just not there whatsoever, and it made it so if you wanted to play a Search and Destroy style game mode, you had to try out Search and Rescue. And then, of course, later on, they would add in Search and Destroy via a patch. And once they did that, of course, the numbers for Search and Destroy skyrocketed, and the numbers in Search and Rescue plummeted. But there were still a number of people that still played Search and Rescue. It was kind of a good idea and kind of a bad idea because they got people to try out a new game mode, which is good, but they also forced us to do it rather than giving us a choice, which was kind of a bad thing. But still, Infinity Ward's pretty good about that. They like adding in new game modes. They also added in Blitz. They added in Cranked. I personally thought Blitz was pretty fun. I didn't like Cranked very much, but Blitz was pretty cool because it was kind of like Capture the Flag without the frustrations of Capture the Flag, where you run across the map, grab the opposing team's flag, run back, and then die 2 feet away from capturing it. That was always super frustrating, right? So it was kind of like that, but we didn't have that. Of course, you would get shot while you're trying to slide into their portal, but I thought Blitz was a pretty cool game mode. Ghost itself had a number of great game modes if you think about it. A lot of them were very new. I already mentioned Blitz, Cranked, and Search and Rescue, but they also had Reinforced, Hunted, then they removed Hunted and added Hunted Free-for-all, and they had some other game modes that were only available in private matches. Infinity Ward as a whole is pretty good about that. They're always good about adding in new game modes. I'm talking about the new Infinity Ward. The old Infinity Ward, which made like COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, there wasn't a ton of innovation with the game modes in those games, but with Modern Warfare 3 and Ghosts, which is made by the new Infinity Ward, there's a ton of new game modes in there. You think back to Team Defender, you think back to the fact that we had the entire face-off playlist and maps that were specifically built for that, but then we never saw it again in Call of Duty Ghosts, and maybe we're not going to see it in Infinite Warfare, who knows, but still, I have to wonder, with Infinite Warfare's super futuristic theme and their strange locations for maps like the moon or space stations or other planets, I wonder if Infinity Ward has any tricks up their sleeves when it comes to new game modes. Will we be seeing a bunch of new ones with Infinite Warfare, and what is the possibility of some old ones returning? For me personally, I would love to see Sabotage, Team Tactical, Multi-Team. What happened to Multi-Team? I played so much freaking Multi-Team back in Black Ops 2, then they just never brought it back. What about War? I would would like them to bring back war, kind of like they did in Advanced Warfare, but maybe make it so the maps are a little bit bigger so they actually work a little bit better for the style of game mode that it is. And I'd also, of course, love to see all the party modes return, not just gun game. What about you guys? What do you guys think the game modes in Infinite Warfare are going to be like? Do you think we're going to have a bunch of brand new, cool, and interesting ones? Do you think we're going to bring back a bunch of fan favorites? Of course they're going to bring back those ones, Domination, Search and Destroy, TDM, and so on. But do you think we're going to see some super old school ones? Again, Headquarters, Sabotage, Team Tactical, Cranked, Reinforced, all of these old school game modes from previous Call of Duty games. What do you guys think the chances are of us actually seeing those in Call of Duty again? And do you guys have any ideas for new game modes that we've never seen in Call of Duty before, but maybe are popular game modes in other games out there? Let me know about that in the comments. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. If you did enjoy the video, please drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.